So yeah, Kevin, we was just talking about you teed it off for us perfectly, man. We was talking about Belichick and the running the ball 3 times for us is not a surprise. It's kind of for us like the dude is only going to do what he needs to do to win. He's not going to do anything more. He's not going to pay you more money than you need to do the job that he needs you to do.
That's the word I was trying. Minimalist.
Yeah. He doesn't want.
I was trying to say that word a little while ago. Get it out.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
Yeah, he ain't trying to have guys out there getting the big contracts. He's like, nah. I need $5 of spice ham. That's it. Yeah, I don't need $5.50. I don't need $6. I need $5 of spice ham. That's it.
Right.
$5. And that's it. And then when your 5 is gone, yo, thank you. You got a Super Bowl ring out of it. For a lot of dudes, that was, if you look at the players that they've had over the years, your what's his name? The dude that played for Denver.
Talib,
yeah. Our boy from the Jets, Reeves Island, he just put like a lot of dudes. He just put that cherry on the top of their career, like boom. I just dropped that on you. You had a great career. Now you're a Hall of Famer.
You're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because you got the Super Bowl ring that you needed, and now we out. And
this is what makes this guy a great coach, man. Like there's nobody in the league right now that could touch Bill. I'm sorry, you can say there's nobody even close.
And he's not just a coach, man. I think it's that coach GM thing. Whether they say he's a GM or not, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me.
But whatever it is, he has it.
Yeah. Hey, like Bill Parr says, you want me to cook up the meal? Let me go get the food.
You gotta let me go get groceries. That was always his thing.
And that's a fact. That's a whole fact.
So let's go to this. All right, because there's only 3 of us tonight. Me and DA brought up a great point yesterday. He was like, do we put the Bills on fraud alert? And I was like, D, I don't know, man. He was like, Kev, come on now.
How many years we gonna have these dudes being they're gonna take over the AFC East?
Yeah.
Every year, Josh Allen's going. Okay, I'm sitting here waiting. I'm not mad if they do, but the first year they got frauded out by Kansas City. Right, they got smashed on. You know what I'm saying? And then last year they didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? And by Kansas City again. And now we back again. And we got Mac Jones starting with New England. And guess who's in first place now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and then we get the coach talking a whole bunch of stuff that he should really be outside of, that he's getting upset about. Like, I'm not mad about the players getting upset. Yeah, because they should feel embarrassed, and maybe you shouldn't ask him that question like that because, if he's an athlete, he's going to be embarrassed. But, the coach, what he was saying was like, yo, dude, come on, man. You just got, look down, cross the field from each other, and dude was like, yeah, you know what? We're not going to throw the ball at all. Stop us.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't do it. So that goes back to what dudes was, building that team and having the right chemistry and building of a team, and I was the guy from Pro Football Talk was talking about how, it's hard because a lot of teams can't get the defense and the offense to be good at the same time. And, you're wasting your defense and your offense stinks. And, your boy Belichick never lets that happen to himself. He's like, I'm always going to have a good defense. And I'm always going to have just enough offense. Now, if I got a Tom Brady and I got an over offense, yeah, he saw that didn't work. He had that twice and it didn't happen. Lost to the Giants both times. He had an over and above offense. And he said, you know what? I won Super Bowls with Troy Brown. Didn't win Super Bowls with Randy Moss. It's just kind of what it is.
Right. Yeah.
it's just kind of what it is, man. So
Yeah, and to answer your question, Kevin, I'm looking at the schedule. I don't know if I necessarily I can agree with you necessarily say that they fraud alert just yet. All right. I mean, they ran off four after losing one first week. They ran off four straight. A loss to Tennessee. Tennessee was, that was a close game. Beat Miami, lost to Jacksonville. They had no business losing to Jacksonville. I think was that in London?
Yes.
Yeah, not a 9-6 game. So they had no business losing that game. So I don't know if I want to call them fraud because then they ran into Indy, beat New Orleans, lost to New England. So I mean the next 5 games they got Tampa Bay, Carolina, New England, Atlanta, and New York. So next week that's a tough game against Tampa Bay. So if they come out of it and beat Tampa Bay, then we might be saying something else different. So not yet.
I got you. I'm just thinking like, dog, like, but if like the way that they lose,
yeah, you're right.
They get out tough.
Yeah,
like dudes
because
like, listen, we just tougher than you.
That's right. That's right.
And what dude said this morning was like, yo, it's hard because there's nothing you can really do to change it now, right? So if you don't have that big Ndamukong Suh
type
other dude in the middle of your defense, you just don't have them.
Right.
Which means the other teams are going to run on you the rest of the year because you don't have the dude to stop them.
Yeah, you ain't got the horses.
Yeah, you just ain't got them, man. Like you
just
want
ain't
to
got
have
the
them,
horses.
but you just ain't got them.
Right.
And that's the hard part of like, and that's what dudes are saying that it seems as if right now that the issue is that, they're a pretty good team. They got a pretty good quarterback, but on offense, it's just Josh Allen and Diggs. Like that's it. Like you can't name no one else on that team that's got you scared in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Oh, let me interject here. Buffalo doesn't do themselves any favor by not having a running game. That's for one.
Yeah.
And they're playing. The winds were gusting like 40 miles an hour. If you looked at the game on Monday night, it was just impossible to try to do anything. Why would you?
No, not with those type of wins. There's no way in the world. That's why New England started off with a 2-point conversion. They scored and they hit it on. The win was treacherous. It was crazy.
And if you ain't got those 5 offensive linemen nowhere on your team, Kev, you in trouble. Because they're not coming from nowhere else. Like they're not there. You don't have that offensive line to run with.
Yep.
You do.
New England had 19 yards passing. The Bills had 131 yards passing. New England had 222 yards of rushing. New England 99. 241 total for New England and 230 for the Bills. So
hey, somebody had a plan and someone didn't have a plan.
Basically, yeah. I mean, it just showed you what New England is about, man, and how they operate. Is that all these cats they could talk all this stuff about them. Listen, man, they know exactly what they're doing,
and they will continue to lose. All these guys, man, and I hate because I got one of them. So all these wonder kid coaches that oh man, he knows that until they run up against the guy that's just going to run the ball, and then you're going to lose.
So and Mac Jones, that's right, correct?
Yeah, Mac Jones,
Alabama, right? That was Alabama guy.
Yep.
And the Saban close relationship.
You're proving DA's point.
Close relationship.
Alabama quarterbacks come out good.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't have to do nothing extra, man.
You already know what you're getting, coach from Nick Saban. I mean, hey,
they're gonna do exactly what they need to do. They're not gonna be Mahomes, but they will get you Mahomes, with a win.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of what you want, man.
New England is impressive. So you better respect their gangster, respect what they're doing. And right now, out of we got Pittsburgh playing tonight. They play Minnesota.
Playing in Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, New England's next 5 games they got, beat Buffalo. I mean, they on a 1, 2, 3.
They can come out
7-game winning streak. They got Indy next, Buffalo, Jacksonville, and Miami. So Jacksonville, Miami, I already know that's a wrap. Buffalo, we already seen what they could do. That's gonna be at Gillette. And Indianapolis this week's game is Sat. No, they got the bye. My fault. They got a bye.
They're off this week. Yeah.
So they'll play Indy when they come back. So that's going to be a tough game when they get back. That's at Indy, but that's a game that they can pull off. And shout outs to Carson Wentz because he's playing really well. So
he's playing better now.
Yeah, that should be a dynamite game on December 18th.
But I will guarantee you this: Indianapolis runs the ball. Belichick is going to take away the run. He's going to make Carson Wentz beat them.
Oh yeah,
he's going to make that man win that game.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna just say a couple of scores that the Cardinals. They're the best in the West.
No huddle.
They beat up on the Chicago Bears 33-22. Like I said, the Arizona Cardinals, they're 10-2. They're the best in not only the West but also the National Football Conference and football. And the Bears are continually in mediocrity. I heard. I'm not going to talk about this game, but I am going to laugh at Aaron Rodgers. Somebody complained that, Aaron Rodgers said, "Yo, I own y'all." And I was hearing this morning on some of the shows, and basically, hey,
where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
Yeah,
Chicago beat him, and then he won't own you. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Colts and the Texans, that was a straight washout. Colts beat the Texans 31-0. Don't want to dwell on that game too much. Carson Wentz is playing better. He's playing well. Had 1 TD last week. We'll talk about this. This is one game I do want to focus on just a tad, a little bit. The Detroit Lions was able to get their first victory of the year. Detroit plays hard every week. I've watched, on the NFL, they play very, very spirited football, and I was really happy for them to get that victory on Sunday. D-Dub, what's your thoughts on the Lions, and what you think about the Vikings? Are the Vikings a fraud alert?
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, you're 1-10, dog. There's no, you're supposed to be playing hard. I mean, you're playing for a contract year to year. You're supposed to be playing hard. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do for you. What do you want from me?
You just blowing up my little engine that could speech.
I'm sorry. Yes, dog, because you're not doing nothing that nobody else is doing. You're supposed to be trying to play hard every week and trying to win a game. Now, the fact that you're 1-10, that says a lot about this organization, coaching, whatever else is going on here. Every year is the same thing. So you're going to get possibly the number 1 draft pick again. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You average probably in the top 5, top 10 in draft picks. And, so, I mean, I don't know what else to say about Detroit. I mean, congratulations. You got your first win as a professional, and that it has to be demoralizing a little bit to be a professional team and just to eke out 1 win. I mean, what we should be asking is who's the most disappointing teams in the NFL this year so far. I mean, I'm looking at Seattle, disappointment, San Francisco, disappointment, New Orleans Saints, disappointment, but due to injuries, but everybody's injured. Chicago, New York Giants, disappointment. I mean, These teams, and it's the same group of teams every year. So, at some point, these guys got to get better, man. And another thing, and I know this is totally off subject what you just asked, but
Okay.
the evaluation of talent, this whole NFL draft, these people obviously are not scouting or not correct. They because it's a scam. The whole draft thing is a scam because nobody knows what they're really what they're looking at. Now, DA could go into depth more than I can.
Let me let DA,
but
real quick on the Lions, and then answer D-Dub's question for me, please.
Hey, he's 100% correct with the Lions. I feel bad.
Yo, I think I can.
Yeah,
No, okay, we're gonna blow that out. No, sir.
And perpetuity of teams that the owners just want to fill the stadium up enough to get a profit. They don't really care about winning because they don't build their teams like they want to win.
That's right.
As far as the draft and scouts, man, there's only a few guys that are on TV or radio or podcast, whatever's going to tell you the truth, man.
That's going to tell you the truth and really know what they're talking about, D.
Oh yeah, well, the NFL is a league of cronyism and nepotism. You would be surprised at how many last names you hear more than once. Like you'll hear like 8 Schottenheimers, a few Shanahans, some Belichicks around here, and they're really. So when you say that, the scouts are no good and they're bringing the wrong dudes in the teams and yeah, it's because they got their sons working for them, or their nephew, or
who don't know shit about football no more than me and you know, and
yeah, no more than their dads did. Evidently, you're just bringing in the same dudes that your father wanted in there, and there you go. So
wait a minute, I take that back, D-Dub. I think when I watch the game and I'm in there calling the plays in my head, I'm like, well, dang,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
I says,
I'm just saying that these guys,
why are they not going for it? Like I'll get to the Giants in a second, but I was like, the Giants, you ain't got nothing to lose. Why are you not going for it? But go ahead. I digress about the Giants.
Well, I'm just saying, like with all these guys, you
all these teams,
you start to wonder, why did you get him? Why did you spend money on this guy? Why did you get that guy? Why did you get that guy?
Perfect example. I have to look at the Giants because that's my team, and I analyze them a little bit harder. But when you tell me, hey, the best I could get back for Odell Beckham is Jabril Peppers and offensive lineman.
Well, that's because I think the Giants let the press force them into making a move.
And this is the problem.
They shouldn't have made that move. They shouldn't have made the move until they got what they wanted to get.
That's the problem because as you see, nobody. Bill Belichick doesn't make moves like that unless he gets exactly what you see. He let go of what's his name? Gilmore. Was it Gilmore from let him go. Let him go. I'm not going to pay you this type of money. Yeah, you're a good player, but you injured. You got X, Y, and Z wrong with you. I could do something else better.
Yeah. Belichick is going to let you go early before you stay late.
Yeah, he's not going to let you expire on the team like spoiled milk. He's not going to let the milk sit in the refrigerator for too long.
People are screaming and yelling at him. Oh, he let Tom Brady go. He was like, I got to move on at some point.
At some point,
and Tom Brady is winning Super Bowls and championships. God bless Tom Brady and his avocado liquor. You know what I'm saying?
Bless him.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing the thing. Go ahead.
I think Tom Brady knows what he was doing. And he's not mad. He's like, yo, listen, man. I've been there 20 years. I've seen him do this with a bunch of dudes I know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, time to go. It's not that you can't play.
And
you can't play here.
And here's the thing I've been hearing lately, like, the 40-year-old guys. This is not like this hasn't been a 40-year-old quarterback. But here's the difference. Has it been a 40-year-old quarterback winning Super Bowls? That's the difference.
Yeah.
There's no other 40-year-old. There's nobody 40 years old coming behind this guy is going to put a Super Bowl, these kind of numbers. You tell me, I'll wait.
But the other thing is that, come on, man. This dude was gifted a superstar team. Like, name one place on that team that's not an all-star on the Tampa Bay team. I mean, yo, it's all good. I'm not mad to do.
No, it's not. It's not. It's nothing to be mad about.
No one else is going to get that.
No
one else is going to. Because if that
Warren Moon didn't get it, Brett Favre didn't get it. Well, I mean, they tried, but
matter of
Randall
fact,
Cunningham,
you got your boy on the night. He tried to stick up the Steelers to get this type of deal. Steelers just could not bring in that many players with that salary to keep Ben in there and have a good enough team to win.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. 2 and 2 still equals 4. So, you just couldn't do it. Yeah, I know it's what you was trying to do, homie, but nah, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
So let's move on to the next game that I want to talk about. And I know the fans out there, hit that like and subscribe button, man. Thanks for all those that have followed us. We appreciate the growth. Hang in with us. We're going far. Giants versus Dolphins. I actually had tickets to this game and I sold them back.
You're a smart man.
I was not going to waste my time nor my money on a putrid, pathetic Giants offense.
But the Dolphins got a better team, though. They got a better roster. You go up
the Dolphins. Quiet as kept. Check out the Dolphins record. They are sneaking up as Buffalo loses.
They got a better team.
Next 5 games for Miami might be something. We might be talking something different here. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So let me work on a positive. And I don't know why why the Dolphins want to part ways with Tua. But he's been playing well. And what's the thing that we talk about much in the show? And the angry one, he's not with us tonight. But he always say about putting the quarterback in a perfect position, in a good position where he will flourish. And I was hearing, I forgot who was doing the game on Sunday, but one of the guys, one of the announcers was saying that, hey, having to do these dump offs or whatever, it works for the Dolphins and it works for them because he was going to that receiver. I can't think of the receiver's name. He kept going to him. That's his safety blanket. And Tua played. Wow. Yes.
Waddle and Parker.
Yeah, Waddle had 9 receptions for 90 yards. You know what I'm saying? He kept throwing it to him. That's his safety net. And and just to flip a little bit, I joked with DA the other week about the Niners having this 24-play, 15-minute drive that resulted in a field goal. And DA said, we don't trust him to throw the ball over 5 yards. I'm good with that.
And they're not going to. And just to take what you said too, look. So you got Tua and Waddle. Jalen Hurts got his boy Smith up there in Philly.
Yes.
You build a team for what you want.
Right.
It's called building a team.
So that's why I don't understand why these teams keep on trying to make rice and make it into, I don't know, mashed potatoes when it's really mashed rice.
Pudding.
Right. Bread pudding. And I don't understand. I understand. So to get back to the Giants with their putrid offensive, Glennon.
Okay, I'm go ahead, man.
Yeah, he's a backup. I need
the
Giants.
Why they keep on putting this man in there?
I need the Giants to just clean house. We don't advocate for firing people, but if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it's your job today. You will either get a demotion or you'll be gone. Is that safe to say, gentlemen? Am I right?
Yeah, well, that's
100%.
That's what what getting back to what we were just saying with the cronyism and the nepotism, and you got dudes in places that don't deserve to be. Yeah, they don't belong there. But you're not going to get them fired because that's what you call nephews, cousins, brothers, uncle, aunt,
right,
sister's husband,
right,
and
right.
That's why when you sit back and watch these, and that's in every sport, you look at the coaching and the coaching this and that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we got a quarterback with a quarterback rating of 44.5. This guy has only thrown 10 touchdowns, and we in week 13.
Who's this now? I'm sorry,
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Giants is a little bit more complicated because they complicated themselves by taking. I'll say it again.
Band-Aids. It's Band-Aids all over the place.
They should have never took him that high. He probably would have been there, whatever, generational gold jacket quarterback. That's a bunch of nonsense, man. That rule number one, you don't take a running back that high. You just don't. I know that. You got, and you see what happens to the Giants. And to me, Barkley looks like he's still scared to run on his legs to get hit. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. He doesn't want to get hit. He's had surgery and so forth. The Giants are just in a bad spot. The Dolphins are on the rise. Shout out to Coach Flores, who's a Brooklyn guy. Shout out to him.
Kadarius Toney. He played a little bit of a quarterback. Somebody said, "Yo, get him in there and let him throw the ball around and see what you got." I mean, what at this point?
Yeah,
what do you got to lose? The owner should be saying, "Hey, let everybody go. Let people play. Let's see some new stuff. Let's see what we got."
I know we need to let Trey play yesterday. So,
all right, okay. Nope, we're moving right along. The next game we want to talk about the Ravens versus Steelers. Steelers eke out a win 2019. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson had a opportunity to win the game at the very end when one of the Watt brothers, is that TJ Watt, came around the left and almost got to Watson. Yeah, almost got to Watson. Kind of altered his throwing motion, and that to me, where he threw the ball and Jackson couldn't get it.
He hasn't been playing well the last few weeks either.
So let me talk about that. And me and DA talked about this over the phone this week as we prep for the show. Lamar Jackson, and I'll say it, sometimes we act like we can't criticize him because of the whole thing about, criticizing, running quarterbacks and da.
Yeah,
and
man.
DA, and I'll let DA say that if you throw to the other team, you're playing bad. I don't care.
Yeah, that's it. I don't. Yeah.
DA, go ahead. Yeah.
That's it.
You can't throw to the other team. He got away with it last week and they won. He did it again.
Yeah. He got some work to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I just don't want to hear that, he can't get criticized.
Yo, that's nonsense, man. It's nonsense, Kev. We know it's nonsense. These sensitive people, all of a sudden you can't criticize somebody where everybody sees the same thing. You know good well that
you throwing to the opposite color.
You throwing to the opposite. Even if you're in a playground, dog, you can't.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna be like, nah, we gotta change him. We're
gonna be like, yo, don't pick that dude. Don't pick him because he throws to the other side of the other team. Come on, man. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. We know what it is. Yes, congratulations that you made it to the NFL or whatever sport you play. It takes a special guy, yes. But at the same time, it takes a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't have
be an elite player.
Yeah,
listen, Lamar, you gotta straighten that out. You gotta straighten out that throwing to the other team thing. That interception stuff is not going to help. You're not going to win. So I'm trying to figure out if it's still. I mean, he was caught on an angle. He threw it. Hey,
he's been. I think it was what they say, maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks ago. The Dolphins, ironically, right? The Dolphins started throwing a lot of blitzes at him, and that game, he had a bad game, and it's a copycat league, and that's all they're doing now is they blitzing him. So he has to figure it out. I mean, he isn't running from it. He'll be the first to say, I need to do better and play better.
Right.
I don't think he needs to. I definitely don't see him hiding behind, those other dudes on TV that, oh, you can't, And I haven't heard that, and I'm happy that the black guys at least are the ones that are going hard at him. Like, look, dog, you gotta do better. You know what I mean? Yo, dog, you gotta do better.
You can't go to the other team.
Yeah, so I think he'll turn it around. Because at the end of this is what dude said today, yo, he's a home run hitter. He said, cause yeah, he's throwing a lot of interceptions, but he said, make no mistakes, they would not be 8-4 without him. So,
absolutely, yes.
He said, so you gotta take the good with the bad with him. Yeah,
yes.
He said, because he said because they wouldn't be 8-4 if not for him winning 4 games by himself. So we'll see what happens. And remember, he's the one in the contract year. That's on him. So he's gonna have to either get it right or get it wrong. But it's his money. It's his money. So
his money. His money, man. But we're definitely looking for that. Hey, the Steelers, Big Ben announcing that this is his last year. Probably should have been his last year, probably about 2-3 years ago. But the Pittsburgh Steelers is one of the franchises in the league that's had only a few coaches on their hand. And the same thing with quarterbacks. They believe in stability, and this is what they do. And
but he kidnapped him. So I can't say he kidnapped him, man.
Well, what do you mean he kidnapped him, DA?
2-3 years ago, he should have bounced, man. They shouldn't have re-signed him back for that money, not for the money he got.
Oh no, he definitely
not for the dollar amount based upon what his production was. There's nowhere in the world. And then you get on TV and then you blaming everybody else for the interception. Come on, stop.
Yeah. Numero uno rule: you can't throw the other team be a quarterback.
Yeah, I can't do it. I ain't messing with him, man. Nah. I ain't messing with him. I'm not messing with him. So it is what it is. But
you can't do that. You can't do that, man. Let me go on to the other games here. Chargers went to Cincinnati and beat on the Bengals 41-22. Just beat them by half. Chargers are sometimes, to me, they're Jekyll and Hyde. They play really well, and then sometimes they play really bad. And Chargers are 7-5. They got a really good team. And the Bengals, they fall to 7-5 in that very, very raucous and very tough AFC North.
Teams are young, man. I ain't got no problem.
Yeah. So we'll talk on. We talked about that. That was a good game. So both of those teams are 7-5. The Eagles beat on the Jets 33-18. DA, with this game right here, and I know your man, the Jets head coach, Robert, what's his last name? Saleh, right? Yeah. Right. Coach Saleh came from the Niners.
D coordinator.
Came from a D coordinator, right? And I'm probably I'm answering my own question when I asked you this, because fans, that follow DA is a super Niners fan, but he's a real fan. Why aren't the Jets defense? Why isn't the Jets defense good yet?
They don't have the players that the Niners have.
Okay, fair enough.
They had DeForest Buckner, Alaric Armstead, Bosa, 2-3 dudes in the back, 2-3 linebackers that are all pro guys. It's going to take them some time to come, to get those guys on the roster.
Okay.
And they're not. This is going back to what we were saying about how things never balance, because I don't think it's going to happen, because with the pressure of New York City, I don't know if they're going to have time to build that defense. Where people talk about, we're going to get the offense right. We're going to get the offense right. You're never going to build the defense if you always try to get the offense right. Right. So when Russell was there in Seattle, they didn't care about the offense. The offense was actually Marshawn Lynch. Period. That's what it was. and they were going to win championships with defense.
Not against that New England Super Bowl, but I'll be quiet.
So, but yeah, I mean, but on the way to their
awkward pause,
to their peak was, it was all about defense for them. It was the Legion of Doom, Legion of Boom. So it really wasn't even about Russell. And
right.
It's crazy as it sounds, because they letting Russell cook now, they suck. So, it's not his fault, but you can't pay everybody else.
When you take the whole bag and in a salary cap sport, you either got to put up or shut up, man.
Yes. So it is. But I'm not mad at him. It's just
no, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Moving right along, the Bucs handle the Falcons team. Falcons are 5-17. Tom Brady and crew 9-3. They keep on trucking along. Hey, Tom Brady, right now, the league. If the league was to end of the season today, is Tom Brady the league MVP?
Aaron Rodgers is.
You'd be hard pressed to. I mean, you can't go A-Rod.
A-Rod got less. He's working with less than what Tom Brady working with.
You talk about the most valuable.
Yeah, to his team is Aaron Rodgers. Without Aaron, they're not winning the game. You could probably put the backup in.
Yeah, you probably say he got more. Brady got the better numbers now. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Without yeah.
I mean, I don't even know who their backup is, but if you put the backup in at Tampa Bay, they will have a much better chance of winning than Green Bay did with Jordan Love.
Yeah, that was pretty much good luck. Not a good look. The Jaguars and the Rams look like they got their mojo back. They're 9-4. They beat on
the Jaguars.
Rams and the Jaguars beat on the hapless Jaguars 37-7.
Don't give them no props for beating the Jaguars.
Hey, is your man going back to college now that some of these games, these teams that open up?
Who's that?
The Jaguars coach, sir.
No, shoot, better not. You better not. Shoot.
Let me move right along.
His ego too big. There really isn't a college job other than the one Nick has that he would want to have.
Right. And we'll get to college here in a little bit. We'll go to the football team visiting the Desert, going to Las Vegas. They pull out a really gutsy win, 17-15. The football team, the Washington football team, is 6-6. The Raiders are 6-6. What'd you say, DA? I'm sorry.
I like Washington, man. I like them.
They play hard every week, and I know that's an anomaly. They play hard every week, but they really do. And I think I like Heineke. I think he plays well, man. He doesn't lose the game for the team, and that's the important thing. You can't throw the ball to the other team colors.
Heineke is going to be one. He's one of the ones, man. One of them guys that remember, like Alex Smith. He's just one of them guys. He does enough. He manages his game. He's not the shiny toy. He doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but he could get you to A to B safely. And
they, even with their number one dude on defense being out with the torn ACL, they got a defense down there, man. And they're going to be right for the next 5-6 years, because they got dudes on that defense. Like, they got some sure enough hitters on that defense, man. So they'll be able to build up the offense, get a receiver here, an offensive lineman here and there, and they'll be fine, because again, they're in a division that, it, for all intents and purposes, in any year it could swing 100 degrees the other way, so I think they are well positioned to be okay, man. As long as you ain't got nobody in the press trying to rush results. But we got to win now. Whatever. When is Washington ever won now? Like, no.
Right. Well, which is always a problem, right? The Sunday standalone game, the Broncos play the Chiefs. Chiefs pull this one out. look like they're back doing what Chief things. They won the game 22-9. Mahomes still doesn't look right to me, but he did enough to win. And the Chiefs defense, which DA has absolutely criticized the last couple of years, even during their Super Bowl run, they have managed to hold down the Cowboys and the Broncos the last couple of weeks to 9 points apiece.
Yeah.
DA, what you think about the Chiefs defense?
D-line is stepping up, man, earning some of that money they're getting, and maybe getting a little healthy at the same time. But yeah, we'll take it. They'll take it. I think they'll be happy with what they got right now. So I got no problem with them.
D-Dub, what you think about the Chiefs? The Chiefs. What do you think about the Chiefs this year?
Yo, the Chiefs is they seem to be trying to get back into the swing of things, but it's still how would you say they slowly getting their feet back underneath them. So we'll see. We'll see.
Right.
It's been a little challenging year. Not one of those years where they just running through people. So they kind of had to reevaluate what they were doing as a team. So it looks like they with them they have picked up some pretty good wins. Especially that one against Dallas. Good wins. Last 2 games, 2 games. Picked up good quality wins. So, kudos to them for staying the course. So, because a lot of us was trying to had them down in the dirt, was trying to put the sand on them, man.
You got to play, man.
Yeah, you got to play them games.
So, I got nothing against them. We'll see what happens when they get to the end. I know they got a pretty easy road there, though. At least it looks like it. So,
going to the next game, the this was a Monday night game. The Cowboys defeat the Saints 27-17, and I just want y'all to hear me out here for a second as I play a little something here.
Don't play that, old man. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it, Kevin. Don't do it. Do not play that, old man. My mother told me people over 80 years old are likely to say any goddamn thing out their mouth. Don't listen to them.
So you say don't listen to Jerry Jones. I'm gonna give you a bar what he said. If my internet stops messing up with me, or maybe doesn't want to play it. But yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
he doesn't watch film. He doesn't know what the hell the damn coaches were saying about this one and that one. He don't know. Some coach just said that to him, and he went because he has his own show on, and he just said it. Oh, well, Dak, the guy didn't do this. Stop. Stop, man, stop.
Yo, Jerry said, the route running. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Billionaire, you don't have to make yourself sound smaller. You're a billionaire. You don't have to do that.
Just sign the checks, dog. Just sign the checks.
Yeah.
Sign the checks.
Robert Kraft don't do that. Robert Kraft don't do that.
No. Last NFL game we'll talk about is the 49ers and the Seahawks. DA's 49ers. This was a very good game. I actually thought the Niners was going to win that game.
Until that last drive, and he, pitched down his leg, threw the ball into the defensive lineman's armpit, and the game is over.
Yeah. Throwing the ball.
No reason for us to do
to other team.
No reason to do it, man. No reason.
Is the Niners a playoff team? DA, do you want them to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I always would take winning over losing. Because I like to win, but I think they'll make it. I think they'll probably make it because they got a good defense, and they'll run the ball. If John Lynch has to come down there and choke slam Shanahan, they will run the ball. So that's what this is going to be. We are not going to throw ourselves out of the game. That we can't do. Can't do that. So, and that's the only way I think you can show the guys on your team that you're not wasting the defense. You have to continue to play, right? Because you still got Nick Bosa and this one and that one and this one, that one on their defense. Debo Samuels on the offense. I mean, come on, man. Those dudes don't want to see you throw a season away either. So I've never been a proponent of it. So
as it stands now, the Niners have the last playoff spot at 6-6. They have the 7th seed because they got rid of the 2 byes for the top 2 teams. Only the first team will have the bye. So as it stands now, the players would end the day. The Niners will be going to Lambeau to play the Packers. The Washington football team will travel to Tampa to visit the Bucs. Rams would go to Dallas to go see the Cowboys, which I think would be a very good. So that's where that stands now. And in the AFC, the Pats are the number 1 seed. While Bill Belichick, boy, he keeps doing it, man. Keeps doing it. The Bills is the 7th seed, and the Titans is the 2 seed. The Bengals are the 6. Ravens are the 3. Chargers are the 5 seed, and the Chiefs, the aforementioned Chiefs, are the 4 seed in the NFC, man. But it's gonna be good. We're gonna get back to the NFL here with our picks here in a little bit. But I want to transition to the NCAA and college football. Man, what can you say, man? Nick Saban, I know we keep saying this, man, but I didn't think they had a chance to be part of this thing, but how they beat Georgia, they just keep on beating Georgia like they stole something, man. D-Dub, what do you think about St. Nick?
Yo, the man, he just flat out knows what he's doing. Just like the same way we explained about Bill Belichick, man. This guy is just,
from the Parcells
comes
tree.
to plays. He come from the tree. He understands what he needs to do. What they say, he understands the assignment, and it's just you have to know, like it's so, because I've been around a little bit. The NCAA is so predictable, and if you don't win, it's like Georgia. Georgia was, we seen this that happen to teams, man. They
was number 1 all year long.
All year long. I'm really surprised they didn't drop out to number 5. Like, usually it would be some, they drop out to number 5, and Rice would come in and beat number 4. Some, something ridiculous would happen. But they dropped to 3. Alabama moves back up to the number 1 spot. And all is well with the world. We already know is going to be probably Alabama and what's my other team? Maybe Michigan.
It's going to end up being Alabama versus Georgia in the national.
Georgia, yeah.
Unfortunately.
And we had a very spirited.
Now that might be a different outcome, but we'll see.
We had a very spirited production meeting because D-Dub seems to think that there's something wrong with college football when it comes to this.
No, I don't seem to think. I know there's something wrong with this system.
So D-Dub says that, why does Cincinnati have to jump through all these leaps and these bounds to be number 4? If that's who they play, that's who they play. And DA's argument is that Cincinnati is going to get rolled by a lot of points by Alabama. D-Dub, give your explanation, and then DA, I'll let you go.
And I get it. I understand what he's saying. They are. But then the system needs to change then. Because then what we're saying is that we really don't trust. We don't trust Cincinnati is the real deal. So what's the point? So to me, then we're just saying that the game is fixed. This is rigged. This is rigged because we already know that Alabama is the truth, and the teams that Alabama really plays these who's ever in Alabama's division or strength of schedule are the real players. So Auburn's a real player, Georgia's a real player. There's another team I'm missing, but these teams are real players. Ohio State, Michigan. Yeah, Ohio State, Michigan, these guys, you sprinkle in a little USC if they could get, you sprinkle in, we haven't seen UCLA and we haven't seen Oregon in some years now. Notre Dame, forget about it. Those guys are, forget about them. You haven't seen a Nebraska team in years. You haven't seen a Miami in years. Dominate Florida State. I mean, Florida State that's early 2000s, or mid 2000s. So I mean, it's kind of like you already know what's to come. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, so let's redo this thing. If you say it's hard because this recruiting thing, and who gets the recruits and who's able to get these recruits. So
and we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that in a second. Recruiting.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do this.
Yeah, you keep shaking your head. Jump in, dog.
I agree with what Daryl is saying. What the market, I'm going to use like a stock market analogy, is what the market bears.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is this. I think Cincinnati can play. And in the back of my mind, I hope that they would beat Alabama. But then that would just mess it up for everybody else.
Meaning?
That would mess up your South Floridas and your Central Floridas. And because then the expectation would be that they'll be able to go out there and compete with these teams on a year in, year out basis. And that's not true.
No.
Right. So by having them win now, it actually hurts you. You need to get blown the hell out, and you need to have the mid-major, which in football, yeah, it's a different analogy from basketball because they're not really a mid-major. But let's just say, for lack of a better term, they're not a Power 5 school. All of those schools need to have their own tournament because they're never going to have the money, the facilities, or the athletes to win on a year in, year out basis. You'll be able to win once in a while, yeah. Yes, you will. But like I gave the analogy, and no one that I've spoken to can tell me I'm wrong. And it's very simple, and I'm out the door on this. All the kids that play at Cincinnati wish they were going to Ohio State. None of the kids that play at Ohio State wish they were going to Cincinnati. That's it. Just that simple. No more, no less.
What's your prediction on this game?
Which one?
The Alabama versus Cincinnati.
Oh, they're going to beat them. They're going to beat them.
Will that game be competitive?
Yeah, I think you'll win the first half. Because you're gonna have that energy. You know, Cincinnati cats gonna go hard, just like Georgia did. And then they'll be like, oh shit, damn, this is a giant.
Then they be like, oh shoot.
You know what I'm saying?
What did we get ourselves into?
Yeah, because you're gonna be thinking that, oh man, you know, from down the block, like, yo, you know, I can keep that dude to fight. And then you get up on them and you're like, ooh, wow.
Ooh, wow. Yeah. D-Dub, what do you think? We can't see you. What do you think about the Cincinnati and Alabama? You think it's gonna be competitive? I hope it is.
Yeah, okay. You know, yes, I hope, but the reality, we know what time it is. You know, if they're going against Alabama, most likely they're gonna get smashed.
But you guys say nothing about Gonzaga in basketball.
Well, it's easier in basketball.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
And the reality is, even with Gonzaga in basketball, and dudes, real basketball dudes will tell you this, man. Their conference, they don't play anybody. They play four games the whole year. They'll have a Kansas game, maybe a Duke game, and then they get to the tournament. And in between there, they play in St. Mary's like 18 times. You know, look at the schedule. You'll see it. Brandeis. Look, it's there. It's there. You know, it's there, man. It's there. It's the conference that they're in. You know, now the problem is if you got schools like, for instance, Gonzaga that can recruit like that, or have enough money to fly parents and kids out there to see the school and all the rest of that. You know, and you're playing in your conference against St. Mary's. St. Mary's ain't flying nobody nowhere. But throw them in the ACC, and then we see how good Gonzaga would be. It wouldn't be, because they would have to compete against North Carolina State, and Duke every year, and Louisville, and this one and that one. So, you know, You have to get the playing field leveled. And if you do that, I think it's not a bad thing for schools to kind of stay where they're at. Like, you don't want D3 schools playing against in the D2 championship. Right? You don't want that, because the D3 school doesn't have the same money as the D2 school. And the D2 school doesn't have the same money as the D1 school. And the D1 mid-major school doesn't have the same money as the high major D1 school. And we're back to where we're supposed to be at, money. So, but I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong, but if they do win, boy, it's going to be hell to pay for the rest of those schools. Because that means other schools, big schools, are going to be taking these bowl games a lot more serious. Someone's going to end up getting really hurt. So, because once that prize on the line, boy, woo!
Well, it should be interesting to see that national championship game, man. Let me go to some of the coaching carousels that's going on here in the NCAA, and then we'll make our way back to the to some of the games. The Miami Hurricanes did a P. Diddy, man. They've come on home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home.
Please don't play that.
No, I'm not.
Please don't play that, sir.
Mike, when I get my new toy, it's over. Yeah. I just have to press the button. Oh, yeah. Let the world wash away.
Please.
Mario Cristobal, who is Oregon's Ducks head coach, is coming back to South Florida. He played with the Miami Hurricanes in the late 80s and early 90s. He was the defensive lineman, I believe, and he's had stints of coaching with FIU, which is in South Florida, Florida International University. Then he went and hung out in Alabama for a little bit, and then he got the job with Oregon. His chops lined up. Me and DA talked about this. DA, what does this mean? And DA's tired. Will this restore the U?
No.
They both said no at the same time.
Hey, winning restores the U.
Period.
That's it.
But the kids will. He's a great recruiter.
You recruited in Oregon and you didn't win.
Nothing.
But you don't understand. He will recruit and let the kids that are in Broward and Dade County, they will stay to play at the U.
No, they will not ever.
Yeah.
That horse has left the barn. If Coach Nick comes to your house, you're leaving with Nick.
And that's just the reality of it, man. I don't know what they think. They're going to keep on doing facelifts and changes and stuff like that, because this is what this is. It's a facelift.
Well, let me tell you this about it. They really, the last couple of years, have not been spending money. And we talked about this on the show. Facilities being a whole lot of something. Mm-hmm. And they have not. So I just got some intel today that they are going to start spending some money on these facilities. And they got
dude said today in his press conference that, it's not all about that.
I didn't listen to his press conference today.
I don't care about the facility. It should be all about a mind state and winning down here at the U.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's going to be sadly mistaken, because it is about the facilities. We talk about on this show, Alabama,
all day,
Michigan, things of that nature. That stuff, it really does.
It matters.
DA has had kids, his sons, and he come on sharing that.
It matters.
Am I right, DA? DA's been on tour with them.
It matters.
It is all about the drip, baby.
It matters.
But the kids will revel Ed Reed and Michael Irvin.
No, they didn't give them the coaching job. So why are they staying?
I mean, have we noticed that Jackson State won the championship.
Yeah.
Have we noticed that?
Because if the NIL is there and you're going to get paid anyway, why not?
So I'm glad you said Jackson State. So D-Dub, why do you say Jackson State? Why do you think Deion won at Jackson State?
Just what did DA just said? The drip is different.
He has absolutely changed the drip down there in Jackson.
The drip is different.
Deion so live, he is willing to pay for other schools' drip.
You dig what I'm saying? And
he did that while putting he said, why the kids' names are not on the back of their jersey? He said, effective immediately, I'm gonna pay for everybody in the conference name to be on the back of the jersey. That's what Prime Time said.
Dog, I've been saying that for years. Like, some of these teams, and it's not prestigious teams, like you understand what the Yankees are. You understand what I'm saying? You understand that type of level. These prestigious teams that have won in the past, and there's some type of allure. But some of these regular teams that, he was absolutely right. People want, you come to see your kid play. You proud to see your baby's name, your name on the back of that jersey. Means something.
Yeah, right.
You understand what I'm saying? Makes them play for something. Makes them feel something. And Deion was all about that. It's about the look, about how you feel, how you play, how they pay. That's what it was. In that order. You understand? So, I don't know. Miami used to be, Jerry, when I remember Jimmy Johnson, that's how they recruited. The dude before him, I think, how they recruited. But it's a different time. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really hard. It's going to take some years, and we'll see. You got to win first, though, man.
Yeah, you got to establish that winning program.
Yeah. So if you go back and look at the 30 for 30 on Miami, it was a sense of pride because no one wanted the kids out of Miami back then. So they all went there together.
Right.
No, any of those kids. You know what I mean? But now, those kids out of Miami are wanted, and they're playing for Notre Dame and Alabama and LSU and Auburn.
And guess what? They overlooking them math scores. They overlooking them them SAT scores.
So is Brian Kelly, right? Evidently, he's overlooking that
too. They start to overlook these scores, and these guys don't test good. He doesn't.
Hey, it is.
But they win good.
Hey, that's for the money. Back to the money. Back to the money.
You can win good.
Back to the money.
The test scores don't mean.
He's going to be a football player.
Let me read just 2 paragraphs from the Inside the U magazine. President Frank and the leadership team, and this is way down the paragraph. President Frank and the leadership team understand the revenue potential that the UM football program can bring to the university as a whole. With college football playoff expansion on the horizon, television contracts booming, and conference realignment a constant topic of conversation, the time of change was now with Coach Cristobal. UM needed to land a connected athletic director that has shown a business sense and a willingness to push boundaries. At Clemson, Radovich grew the revenue of the athletic department from 2018 to 19 from $69 million to $120 million. So, DA, this last sentence I'm going to read, somebody's not telling the truth there. Radovich has also $180 million in facility enhancements at Clemson. So he's the new AD down here in Miami. Who's lying? Is the coach? What's going on?
What are you saying? What is he going to spend that money?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess he wants to, but as you said, and sometimes things are not that easy because logistically, the football facilities for the team itself, with most of these other places, are the same place where their stadium is at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and in the South Florida area, the Hurricanes, excuse me, for cutting you off, play approximately about 40 miles from their campus in Coral Gables. Their stadium's in Miami Gardens. The campus is in Coral Gables, and it's about a 35.
Yeah, so they got to figure that out first. So
Right.
either they're going to start building everything from brand new all over again, with the stadium, the facilities, the dorm, it's all right there because that's the way it is for the other big schools, or you're going to have it disjointed, in which case it won't work because you're still not going to have, it takes it. Listen, if the kid could go anywhere he wants to go, his decision is going to be made up on the very minute things. So if it's, man, what are they doing me here with the practice field? So when I get out, finish for practice, I'll just go upstairs. Well, you got to catch a bus, and then we'll have a car pick you up and take you over to the dorm.
Yeah, they ain't trying to hear that, man. Come on.
Bump that, Shorty.
Oh, but you was not saying that back in the 80s. They played at the Orange Bowl. It was nowhere near the campus.
In the 80s, nobody cared. In the 80s, nobody cared.
That's a whole fact.
Everybody cares. So no one cared in the 80s. No one cared, man. Like I said, it was a sense of pride for those cats to play for the U back then because nobody wanted those kids.
Right.
Now that everybody wants you, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now they making the decision. And that's the problem, that these fat cats at these schools still haven't got it really tied down as to what the kids want. They tell you what they think the kids want based on some antiquated hip hop video that they saw. They don't know what these kids really want. And that's why you got to have these young dudes, there that are working. So for every crystal ball that you got, there's going to be 10, 11 young black dudes working on that staff to try to get those little brothers from out of Miami-Dade County to stay. And you got to have a good coach because you ain't going to get no 5 stars. You get a bunch of 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time that they're done, they'll be good enough to do some things. But it's going to be a hard road to hoe, as they say. So, but I wish them luck though.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be as you said, a hard road for them to do that. I don't think it's impossible, but it's definitely a different state than it was in the late 80s and early 90s. And as D-Dub said, what'd you say, D-Dub? The drip
is different.
Yeah, man.
Drip is different. So, also on that note, couple other things. LSU, thoughts on Brian Kelly real quick, going down to LSU.
Oh, God bless him, man.
Yeah.
Brian took the money, man. Come on, man. Listen, man.
All of a sudden, he got a Southern twang.
Hilarious. Just exactly. Me and D, we talked. Just tell the truth, dog. Everybody know it's about the money. It's out the bag. We've been. Anybody that's been in the game long enough, we know how this game works, and it's about the paper. So if you don't tell me that I always wanted to be at LSU. Stop. Nobody's trying to hear that no more. Just say, you took the paper because they offered me to be a multi-millionaire 3 to 4 times over.
$9.7 million a year is worth more than $2 million a year.
Absolutely. That's the math. Okay.
And none of the kids will be matching. So.
Yeah. Cristobal got a raise of roughly $4 million when he went from 5 to 9, 8 point something at the University of Miami. So these colleges got money. They're paying the coaches.
Yeah, they're paying.
They're paying.
They're compensating well.
Very well.
For coaching for, as my man Steve Smith says, that's the coach's life. In the NFL, he said they do 100 hours. 100 hours. He said he couldn't pay me to do that. He said, ain't no way in the world I want to be a coach.
They're going right.
That's what Steve Smith said. He said, you're going to have to come up for that paper. And you 100 hours, preparing and looking at tape. When you telling kids there's nothing good after 2 a.m. But he said, but you over there looking at tape after 2.
You know?
That's definitely a different.
Shout outs to Steve Smith, man. That's one respected dude right there. He does his homework.
I love Steve Smith. Yes. Everybody's not cut out to coach. Yeah. Speaking of coach, I'm a smoothly transition, man. Before we, I know we say this on this show. We don't really mess with the NBA until after December 25th, Christmas Day.
Yeah, but they always got something to say. They always have something.
DA's look like he's about to get up, but DA, you can't get up like you in church and put your finger up and like you gotta hang in there. You gotta give me 5 more minutes, man. Just 5 more minutes, man.
I got time for you. Go ahead. I got time for you.
Yo, the Los Angeles Lakers, man. They Lakers are hovering around 500. There's reports now that it's Vogel's fault that the team is hovering around 500. And I hear Chuck. Shout out to Charles Barkley, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Chuck he said, hey, man, Anthony Davis, man, you're the best player on the team. You're supposed to be. Where are you at, man?
Where you at? Kev, he's 100%. 1,000%
right. Got mad. I'm like, how could you get mad? He is supposed to be the best player on the team. It's not supposed to be LeBron. It's not. You know who's playing the best? And I think this is so ironic that if you look at Melo is consistent every night. Melo gets his little corner. They pass Melo the ball. Melo shoots. He's open. Melo's getting his little 15, 16 points a night. Melo's consistent.
Melo is being who Melo is. That's who he is, and that's where he developed into.
Anthony Davis. He's 27 years old in his prime. What is going on?
Hey, man, that's what everybody's been telling me.
That he's in his prime.
He's the greatest, and with him and LeBron, you can't stop him. But then, we needed to get Westbrook just in case if one of them goes down.
Okay.
Our 27-year-old, I'm expecting him to go down all the time.
But he's not.
There's a problem.
He's not in his prime. All right, his prime is over.
Wait a minute, he's 27 years old. That's in the pocket.
Yeah, you gotta explain that.
Yeah. Hey, if his body is broken down like that, man, he's done. Oh, he's done.
Wait a minute. So you saying that he's Greg? What's my man that played at Ohio State?
You know what?
Greg Oden?
I'll give him Grant Hill. It's Grant Hill. He just can't get healthy. So
Grant Hill always.
Well, dog, I don't even know if it's about that because he doesn't even. I've seen games with 30 points and they still lose. So I'm trying to figure out what's the problem.
He's not a distributor of the ball either. So I mean,
that's true.
He got to get it from somebody. Like I said, man, told you years ago, he ain't what everybody said he was. So we
knew that.
And that last year, it was him by himself out there, and he was getting straight pummeled by himself when he was with New Orleans.
Hey, new subscribers, go back and look and listen to some of our old stuff. And we talked about this whole Laker team, this whole bubble team, that shouldn't even count.
Oh, the bubble and brown sugar.
Bubblicious.
Yeah. Listen. No fanboys on here. We get on our teams. We get on. If
everybody gets equal.
Everybody gets all the smoke. No pun intended. Shout out to that podcast. But
I don't think dude is. Like I said, it's not that he can't play, man. But
no, he can play.
When you put a qualifier on anything, it makes you think about things differently. So when he's healthy, he's top 5 in the league.
So for all those out there that say, what's the qualifier? When you say when he is,
you should never have to say that.
I'm not an English teacher, by the way.
Absolutely, and and it's not
great. He does great work, but
it's not his fault because it's these pundits that come out here and they put the gas in there and they gas and gas and gas till you unconscious, and then you thinking that you all this player, and then you're not really quite there yet. You understand? And and then when you go with this guy again,
Right.
I think Tony Kornheiser just said it best. You go with when you go to this guy team, and I've been saying it. I said it. You could go back to the recent tape, the old tapes. When you go to this guy's team, it's somebody else's fault. It will never be his. He will never own it. It's gonna be you, or then he's gonna leave. That's what this guy does. But when you sign up on the dotted line to play with this guy. This is what happens. Dwayne Wade.
Who's that guy? They may not know who we talking about.
LeBron James. I mean, if anybody knows, I mean, his time is almost up, man. Shout out to him. He's still playing at a high level. You can't take that away from him.
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But the way he plays the game and he dictates what goes on, and he dictates it, and it's up to the rest of these people to go along with it. So I can't blame him solely, because the rest of these fools go along with with his little program. So it is what it is.
Like we said on the show, man, we basketball, NBA basketball, we really don't give it anything as far as until after Christmas, man, because it's a long season, and same thing we say for baseball and things of that nature. Hockey.
No, but we must acknowledge stuff that does go on, and Steph Curry is
absolutely
soon to break a Ray Allen's record for the most threes.
He's a hell of he's a heck of a
shooter.
Hell of a shooter, man. You can't. I've never seen nothing like it. We seen the likes of Bird.
And people forget his dad.
Dell Curry.
Dell Curry, who played in Charlotte.
Yeah,
he was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
this guy, this kid. He's just this guy is unbelievable. The way he shoots the ball. So.
You know what I'm saying? I remember going to a game when he was playing at Davidson College in Charlotte, right outside in Davidson, North Carolina, which is right outside Charlotte. I was like, man, this son is all right. I didn't know he's gonna be this.
Yeah, no, I don't think nobody knew. Nobody knew that this guy was gonna be this. It's just one of the things. Yeah,
nobody knew he was gonna be it. This real quick, MLB, y'all still concerned? We
Not till
March. I'm not concerned until they're concerned. What about you, DA?
DA said not till March.
Oh, not till March. Oh, well, then we good, dog. It's only December. We only second week of December.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll get a deal together and we'll have it. Real quick, Scherzer said he wants his manager to be Showalter.
Scherzer should just shut his mouth and sit down and get that little bit of piece of paper that he got.
If they gonna just relax, go get it, Scherzer. Yeah. Go get it, Scherzer. If they gonna get it,
Scherzer said he wants his manager. He wants to pick his manager. So
Scherzer, I don't want to hear nothing from Scherzer, because if this guy gets hurt, in 2 weeks' time being with the Mets, then I'm just gonna be I'm out.
Well, we'll probably have to get with Mikey. Mikey's the Mets fan on here, and
he could probably tell us more.
I mean,
what are we talking about? We talk about a Scherzer at how old is this guy now?
37 years old. He got 3 years.
Come on, dog. Stop. No. I'm not trying to give a 37-year-old hold me for ransom. No.
Well, here's the thing with him saying this thing about the picking of the manager. Lead on the Mets.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Who's the leader on the Mets that makes him feel comfortable? Like, he just signed the ink didn't even dry on his contract. He was like, "Yo, I want Showalter to be the manager." Is that him just taking lead as he's a vet? But I'm saying, where's the leaders on the Mets?
They ain't got
none. They got Lindell. All the rest of the old guys, the guys are there, they're gone. So there is no. So he can kind of dictate and call the shots. But I'm as a owner, I'm saying, yo, dude, But Buck Showalter is not a horrible decision. I'm not mad at it.
He actually had his interview today, so
he had an interview, and then I also heard that the Mets has a surprise interview. So you should be like,
surprise what? Who?
Yeah, a surprise interview. I don't know. I just heard. I mean, heard.
To me, bring Willie back. They fired Willie wrongly. To me.
Yeah, listen.
Don't let get started. Go ahead.
Willie Randolph.
Pretty good.
Willie Randolph. Yeah.
Surprise! What? I mean, what are we doing?
This morning was reported about some surprise. I don't know. I have to get back to the sources of what happened.
Either you list the candidates that are applying for the job. Hey, this so and so and so. What is the big deal?
Buck, I believe had his I believe Buck had his interview yesterday.
Okay.
And today was something about some surprise. Some surprise, somebody surprised on the list. So I don't know.
Joe Torre? I mean, what? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Hey, the Mets will Mets. Hey, that's all I can say.
I mean, I don't understand.
I'll leave this. I'll leave that for Mikey to be his.
Mikey couldn't be president. Yeah. Mike, we might have to get you a reel and a story on Instagram this week. What is the surprise? Please let us know. What's it? D-Dub, go ahead.
Are no baseball surprises in December, man?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, moving right along. D-Dub, boxing on the boxing front. What you got for us? Anything?
Hey, the boxing. Javante Davis beat my man. What's my name? Cruz. And I think he got more than what he bargained for. Cruz came and he fought well, but Javante Davis, credit, he either broke his finger, his right hand, and a couple knuckles or whatever. So he's basically one-handed out there, but the fight went the distance. He got the unanimous decision. Javante Davis moves on, and he's still the champ. So looking maybe to see him and Devin Haney get it on. We'll see.
A few months though.
In a few months, yeah, it's probably early 2022. Early, first quarter 2022. Teofimo Lopez, he lost. Well, I think I covered that last week.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So it's been interesting. A couple of weeks of boxing. So we shall see. Floyd Mayweather had made some interesting comments against about my man Saul Canelo Alvarez, and it's again, it's nothing that has not been talked about with Canelo Alvarez. He made a statement talk about steroids, and it's been Canelo Alvarez has been linked to steroids, although he said it was from the food. But hey, Mexico, a lot of stuff is not regulated. Yeah. So I understand why why he would say such a thing. Even Caleb Plant, his last opponent, he said that he didn't want to be tested for steroids. So you can we prove it? No, not at this time. Do we know? No, I can't say. We can't say. But here's the thing: when a guy who doesn't want to test, you kind of say, well, why you don't want to test? I mean, just so we can know it, so everybody can know everybody's on the up and up.
Right, everybody has to test.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it took so long with Floyd and Pacquiao, and I can't. Listen. Man, I'm putting my record.
And keep your power and not get any style.
Yeah. Come on, man. I'm not a fool. We were, we not a fool. We wasn't a fool when we seen Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire Barry Bonds hit balls into the freaking water. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
It hasn't been done. We never seen it done. And then all of a sudden, y'all can hit the ball in a single bound like Superman. Stop. Come on.
Thanks for our boxing.
But other than that, yeah, boxing should be 2022 first half should be good. We should get some good fights coming here soon.
10 seconds. The heavyweights. What we got?
Yo, Tyson Fury is the top dog. So right now,
he's trying to fight next.
Right now, it just depends because you got.
I don't want to see Wilder again. I'm good.
No, Wilder's gonna have to take a seat maybe for at least to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Before he starts fighting, he needs to get himself all the way together before,
yeah.
And not only together that way, but he has to develop some more skills. And right now, I don't know at his age he's going to be able to develop any more skills. We shall see. It depends on how he is.
Right. Let me jump 1 minute because I forgot it in the NBA. That's what happened when I didn't have my paper with me. Zion Williams is 300-some pounds.
Jesus Christ.
I don't
know.
They said I was looking at something else. They said they got another picture of him that's not that. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone.
No, I'm not gonna leave it alone. Hey, Zion.
I don't know.
Dog. Listen, everybody can't be wrong. What grandma said? Everybody can't be lying, boy.
Everybody.
Listen, everybody can't be lying, boy.
Man. I'm gonna send it to y'all.
Everybody can't be lying, boy. Listen, you gotta slow up on them beignets. Whatever is out there, they feeding you out there in New Orleans. You gotta slow down, boy. Come on now. You busting out the shoes and Duke, and then now you 330 pounds. But all jokes aside, and on a serious note, though, I don't know what they're doing because listen, if you already hurt and you're on the injured reserve or whatever the case is, you should. Come on, the Pelicans got a training nutrition. I know you can't move around a lot, but you should be doing something light, like a light aerobic, something. There's stuff out there. So that's to me, it's just like no excuse for that, for you to balloon up to 330 pounds. Come on. At some point, we have personal accountability on this one, dog.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know the full story. I'm sure we will have it, but as what it looks like, there's no way in the world that you should, it's not like you ain't got no legs, and it's not like you can't cut back on the calories. You could cut back. You don't have to eat up the whole house.
Right. Man, very good show, man. Good show. Appreciate you, fellas, man. We it's only 3 parts of Voltron here. The other 2 is tending to business.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'll be like that sometimes, man. And hey, Mikey, if you're listening, Dan, if you're listening, Dan had a message for Mikey. He says, Mikey, I hope you're good because the Steelers beat on the Ravens.
The Ravens.
So Mikey, next time Dan will be on, which I think is next week.
Pittsburgh Dan, what's up? Hey, I got you. I'm about to holler at you in a little while.
A hockey guy, he's a huge Steelers fan, as along with the Penguins, and he had me dying laughing last week when he said when baseball season is over for him in June, when the Pirates are 20 games out already.
By the way, I like the Minnesota Vikings new, not new, but their jerseys they wearing tonight is dope.
Yeah. 16-3, the Vikings are up. So we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Real quick, parting shots. DA, anything?
Hey, everybody, just be careful, be safe, and I love you all. Got to bounce. Go
ahead, man. Go ahead and bounce, man.
Gotta go.
We'll
take, D-Dub, what you got, man?
Yo, peace to everyone. Yo, check out Sports Chasers podcast. Hey, we want to have some new stuff, new innovative stuff, some new material, things of that nature. So, yo, the ones that's been riding with us, hopefully y'all keep on riding, and we're going to keep on growing and getting better as each week as we keep on doing. Just give some time, take and execute some patience with us. But other than that, good show. Holla at y'all next week.
Good show.
Same time, same bat chat.
Good show as always, man. And just appreciate all the guys, man. Like D-Dub said, man, we got some things in the bullpen, man. Get ready to fire up, man. Get ready to come through. So Coach Nick is calling, man. I have to see what he needs, man. We
gotta get him back. We gotta get him back on the show so we can talk some of that.
He might be listening here. Let me see if Coach Nick listening, man. Nick, are you listening? You should have said something down in the thing and joined my Zoom call.
Send us the comments.
But nah, it was a good week. Good show as always, man. And
we're gonna do it again.
We're gonna definitely do it again. Like you said, we got some stuff coming in the near future. But hey, hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Also follow us on Instagram at Sports Chasers Podcast. Also, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, Facebook, everything. Hey, anywhere where there's a podcast where you can stream it, we're on it.
And send us a message. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, please, so we could get some positive or negative feedback, whatever it is. We don't care.
Yeah, love
Just
us.
Respond. Love us or hate us.
We want to hear, man. We want to hear. What else do I got? I don't have anything else. Like I said, man, I'm gonna go out on this note on behalf of myself. I'm your host and moderator, Kevin O. Warren.
Yeah.
That's D-Dub. Warren, DA, the DA, Dorian DA Aubrey, who was just on, had to bounce. In the absence of Mike Mills, James, the Angry One Warren. Yo, again, this is Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast. See y'all next week. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. Peace.